was there anything outside of like an exorbitant paycheck that could have kept you in it?
Um, I really, I really don't know. That's a really good question. I had an offer in Boston, and that was something.
Wow. Going from
Yeah, that
Palm
was
Springs to Boston. Holy moly. That's
yeah.
for people who
No,
don't know, like this is a little bit of inside baseball, but to go from Palm Springs to Boston, well, what are you, 25? 25, right?
what do you mean, Palm Springs?
No, like I
Oh
mean
yeah, I'm
like
25 years old. Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
25 years old. Going from Palm Springs, California to Boston for your second market is incredible. I just want to give
Yeah.
Allie her flowers.
Thank
That
you.
is
Thank you
absurd
so
as my
much.
microphone falls
Yes.
down.
No, thank you. I was honestly really stoked about that opportunity. But it was also one of those things, to be completely honest with you, as great as that is, and like people would,
That's
kill for
overwhelming.
that. It is overwhelming. And I kind of started to think about it this way. Like I, could go to Boston for 2 or 3 years and work in Boston. And it was kind of like a news sports hybrid job where they kind of marketed the job like I'd be covering sports, but I knew at the end of the day I'd be covering way more news,
I
which
know
is
people in local
totally
news
fair.
who fall into those quote unquote traps. Oh, you're covering sports and news. No, we
Right.
want you on that pipe bursting story.
Right. And I kind of had like that type of position in Palm Springs where,
Yeah.
when I came in, I told them I love sports storytelling and I want those opportunities, but they were pretty few and far between because news takes precedent and we have an entire sports department separate from me. So I always understood that, but anytime I could sneak a sports story in there, I would. Like I would
Of
try so
course.
hard to make that
Yeah.
happen, but I just didn't want to be stuck in a place where like it was kind of marketed to me like I'd be covering a lot of sports, but in reality, like I'm covering news. But the Boston thing was really hard to turn down. I just kind of looked at it this way. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sign a 2 or 3 year contract and I'm going to live in Boston. I'm going to work there. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to have to move to the next market. I'm going to have to move to Houston and live in Houston for a few years. And then I'm going to move to the next market. And maybe I'm in LA or New York, a top two market, 7 years into my career. And for me, that just wasn't the life I kind of want to live. And I think a lot of people can do it. And I applaud those people because I think it's really hard to uproot so often. Especially like this is a personal thing, but I'm in a relationship and like
Yeah.
I want to be stable and like I want my boyfriend to be able to have a job that's stable for himself and like I want to be close to my family. There were just a lot of personal aspects that kind of came with like, do I really want to be moving from place to place to place just so I can end up in LA or New York, which are really not places I want to live long term. And by the time I get there, I'm going to be, 35 or whatever. And so it's just long term, I was like, this doesn't make sense anymore. And as much as I love the news and love storytelling, I feel like there are opportunities to do it digitally now where you can kind of work from wherever you want to work and you can make connections wherever you want to make them. Um,
I'm in Syracuse right now. You're in Dallas, you
yeah,
see, and we're talking.
exactly. Exactly. And so many, companies are looking for digital creators to send to events, to cover sports, to do these things that I would be dreaming of doing if I were a reporter in Boston. So I think I made the right move, but in the moment it was definitely it was scary. And it kind of felt like I was selling myself out in a way because I am someone who went to journalism school and I consider myself a journalist and I take myself very seriously in that way. And to walk away from something as serious as, I'm an Emmy nominated journalist to moving to social media and making like kind of goofy videos sometimes, it just felt like, gosh, am I selling out? But I don't think I am. And
And
now that I'm doing
yeah.
it feels really natural to me. I've grown an audience, like I'm getting opportunities that I wouldn't have otherwise. So yeah, it's crazy, but it was definitely a scary move, but I'm glad I did it.
Well, and also I bet to the non-journalism people in your life, especially older ones, and this is just reality. They can't comprehend those things. What? You have an offer to go to Boston? You get Emmy nominations and you're trying to do this little TikTok thing? That's
Yeah,
probably a
no,
hard thing for people to grasp.
it really is. And thankfully my parents are so supportive and I
Awesome.
I kind of when I left my job, I honestly had to pitch this to them. I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like I really need to explain myself right now because my parents loved me on the news. Like they woke up every morning and they would live stream the news from Palm Springs in Dallas. Like they ate it up. They loved it. And so when I told them like I think I need to branch off and try my own thing, I came in with like a full pitch. I explained, okay, these are the kind of opportunities I'm going to chase. If it doesn't work in 5 to 6 months, I can go back and look for a news job. Like I knew that that was always going to be there. But yeah, it took a little bit of convincing, but I think they kind of came to understand like you're right. This is kind of the way that everything's moving and not that many people are watching local news anymore. So if you feel like you're going to get more opportunities from doing your own thing and more exposure, like go for it. Uh,
Especially our generation. Gen Z is not
yes.
watching local news. So you
Yeah,
got to follow where your people are going or where your age group is, your
totally.
demographic.
It's so sad. I hate that. I really do hate that. I hate that we're not watching the news. I hate that we're not consuming like traditional media. But look, you either move with the times or you get left